Hello there, this is Gabriel. Prince Niobodai Atopra Atunam Togbo Ashon Kwasonu. Together with
Rosemary Anyingba.
Coming your way with yet another edition of Community Watch. And today I'm home. I'm within the Odododiodioo constituency. Rosie, what comes to mind when Odododiodioo is mentioned?
You know, first of all, it's the heartland of the Ghana people. When you mention this, the first thing that comes to mind is the boxing.
So we have the Bukom Banku, Bukom Tiger, and all the others you can think of. World boxing champions.
Yes.
But then also, it's an election year. And in days ahead of us, we are going to have this place being one constituency to look out for. And on Metro TV, you can trust us to bring you the best of reportage. But just before the election day, we are here to interact with Lante Bannerman. So I don't want to speak that much. Come along as we have great team here to welcome us to meet him as we engage him one more time to know exactly what he has for his constituents and then the reason for which you should vote for him. Ganse Obake, welcome. Onupa, what should we all expect?
Thank you very much for coming. You are warmly welcome to the campaign office of our candidate, Lante Bannerman. We want to lead the people of Odododiodioo in service and in good leadership. So you are so much welcome, and then we'll go upstairs. He's ready, waiting to interact with you, and then we'll give you the opportunity also to interact with the people of the constituency to understand what will inform their decision for these elections.
Mr. Honorable, thanks very much for this time given us to interact with you.
Thank you, my brother.
I want to quickly ask my first question by referring you to a publication by one of the online media houses. And the title is NPP's Lante Bannerman dares Lante Vanderpuye to infrastructure debate. And as part of this reportage, it talks about the fact that you have done a lot for this constituency, something that you could easily show to the people. What are some of these things, Honorable? Because I read through, but I couldn't even lay hands or cite a single project that you've done per this report.
Okay, thank you so much. And the developmental projects that has started in Odododiodioo is unprecedented in the history of Odododiodioo.
Please underline unprecedented. That's the key term. Unprecedented in Odododiodioo. Oh, come on, in Odododiodioo, you have to mention that with much caution. So you have to then justify why you think that it is unprecedented.
Exactly. I'm talking about developmental projects that you can see and feel. I'm talking about the Jamestown Harbour. I'm talking about the Salaga Market, which is more than 75% completed. I'm talking about the road, if you really know the road between, that links the community itself to Agbogboshi Market. It was not motorable in the past. If you go to the 31st December market, they have sheds that the women sell under. A lot of them are in deplorable shape. As we speak now, one is completed and the people have started using it. We are moving on to fixing another one. And these are things that we are talking about that has never been done in Odododiodioo. I want to be shown one developmental project that the NDC has embarked on in the 20 years that they have led this constituency. Nothing to show, as far as I am concerned, unless somebody will point something to me that this is what the NDC has done or whatever. I cannot point to any developmental project that they have done. I'm talking about 2 astroturfs that has been started in the constituency. The one at Bukom Park is about 98% done. The Manchagbona one is pending to start through the Youth Employment Agency. We've been able to employ about 395 people into youth in police, community policing, youth in sanitation, youth in sports, security assistants, kitchen assistants, and all that. About 395 people have been employed through that. And saying that, I think that once again, we should be proud because such numbers has not been employed through any governmental agency in the last few years. We have about 70 people from this community that were recruited into the NAPCO. I also have the Bannerman Foundation, where through that we see to the welfare of the youth. We've distributed more than 150 sewing machines. We've distributed more than 70 hair dryers. We've given seed capital to more than 300 people.
What makes you a better candidate over others, for which outrightly the person in the ballot box should vote for you and not Lante, Vanderpuye, or any other candidate?
I have been with the people, I have a relationship with them, I've been with them all these years. I am not the MP, but I'm more popular than the MP in Odododiodioo assistance.
Oh, really?
In 2016, when I contested him, I wasn't as popular as I am now. Because even after the elections, I've stayed with the people, I've been with them, I see to their welfare, I have a relationship with them. I know people by their names more than the MP can do. And I can tell you, Budai, that Odododiodioo is gone out of the hands of the NDC. It's a fact. We are only waiting for on the 7th for it to be manifest. In doing my campaign, I don't go about begging people to forgive me. It tells you that there is somebody who doesn't have a relationship with the people and the other person has a relationship and is touching the lives of the people. I'm saying this because this is a person who has had the opportunity of leading the people for 8 years. Leading the people, he has had 2 terms to lead the people and he has nothing to show. So now he goes out there to beg.
I am sure if I were to meet him today, he would list a number of things he's also done over the past 8 years.
That is why, as candidates, I've called severally for a debate. And even we've been given several platforms by the media stations. And he has never showed up for any.
After December 7th, what is your development agenda or plan which you intend to implement to improve situation here in Odododiodioo?
My plan is to donate 250 trunks and chobuses to the best students within Odododiodioo for free to attend free SHS. Aside that, since 2015, I've been distributing mass sets to all BEC students, and I've done it every year from 2015. I'll continue to do that. But the plan is also to organize mock exams for all BEC students before they go for their exams. Once you get your education right, the country will develop. That is my main focus. Now, aside that, I've been organizing free health screening for the constituents. As I speak to you this Saturday, we are organizing 2 massive ones, one at Mudo, one at Rollins Park within the Mulichagono electoral area. And this is something that I want to do at least 2 each for every electoral area every year. Now, the plan is also to enroll 1,000 children on the NHIS every year. Odododiodioo used to have the harbor, the Salaga markets, as the indigenous traditional
economic hubs
within the constituency. All these things are down. The Salaga market has been down for more than 24 years now. Now MPP is doing it. It's about 75% complete. The harbor has started. My vision is to get the slaughterhouse on its feet, build a modern slaughterhouse for the people, and in building that, we infuse the reconstruction and rehabilitation of the London market so that the indigenous economic centers will be revived. I organized free extra tuition for all BEC students 3 months before the exams. So there is a lot up my sleeves that I want to give to my people. That's why I'm pleading with them not to allow this opportunity to slip by, but to count on me, give me the mandate, they should allow me to serve them. And I believe strongly that this constituency will smile at the end of the day.
It's usually people might think that MPs are not elected to primarily be championing development projects like this, but obviously they are also agents of change and they have high status that they could leverage on to improve the livelihoods of their people. So why not? Honorable, if upon all these great ideas and after December 7, your people do not buy into the idea and to vote for you, and they end up not voting for you, how would you feel?
In as much as I'm not going to lose these elections, I also think that I've lost an election before, and I was able to contain it. It didn't deter me from doing the good things that I have to do. I lost the election when I had no foundation. I lost the election when I had nothing to show the people. And this is not going to discourage. But I'm telling you for a fact that December 7th, there will be a new MP for Odododiodioo in the person of Lante Bannerman. Like we say in Ghana, they've tasted wine, they've tasted water, and they know what is heavier than the other. So I can assure you, December 7th, it will be history written in Odododiodioo.
Interesting. Ni Lante Bannerman Buabe. I tasted Dan, I tasted no. They kindly look towards the camera and speak to Lante Vanderpuye. I am certain he's going to watch this interview. So speak to him on how the two of you should commit to peace in this election.
Honorable MP, me bodo manye. That name you ake manye nyemweji mansomo. Je ma no yeli won pa mo fai noni ke to enjole baba no jino ni sani nke mo fe wo fe noni ke no ya baba no jino ni nke mo fe sani wo fe won pa mo fai ne ke ma je no mo tu komo ke kakla komo ne o fai ne no kwe no ana pa bona fe ni to enjole aba wo ma na emi won pa mo fai wa ya esi ba mi no ya ke sholo mo jino ni wota o ni o manje papa afi wo fe wo no o yi wala do.
So we end here with our conversation with Honorable. From here, we are moving to the grounds to inspect some of the things that he mentioned that he's achieved for the community or for the constituency, and also to interact with a few of the constituents about some of these projects and how they are benefiting from it. Continue watching Community Watch here on Metro TV.
Hello, you are still watching Community Watch, and my name is Rosemary Anyimba. We are here to talk to some of the constituents on their view on what Lante Bannerman has done for them.
Manjama UNB fio ye Bannerman wami bibi omo na ne badomosi osa kini ke first wo je be ni je o bi atolo je na kedo e tageli bi fa ne maternity afo ye yeta e sali bi ni o je fe ke machine wuji e wo je ko afo e to bo me na transfer bo ke ya fisi abo bi atolo ko te e pele mi na efe e lo wele me kete bode e gbade ka am fiam ne ke eni bi agbomi Muska. I been a society 50, about 200, 50, that back about on this way. Many are calling it our faith, Panama, Bongo de Papa, Odododiodioo, a size, Laya Sipa, a new base, a mocable, a base in a cabo, or a motor never fit away. Bogonia Panama, Nini Panama, 2 a year. This is a camera of my cab, Mogonia, living in your PFA, a women, it's your Briabi, many Akbeni, many are faint. One film, many are to go Vesca. Me pocket come when only me that 10 million Biantonino. A bag next weekend by my army. Biantono go somewhere, singing to move. When it call me, Jay, may Mogoyagma, a Lutumo, Mogoyagma, a Bisica, Mogoyagma, no neck of any FFM in a corner. A one sister, one soon, no do. Walking Hale, Coneba ye, Condone swear, FF in the Con watch out the one.
Fine, Ovada Bushingwa. So you've heard it all. This is still Community Watch, and my name is Rosemary Anyimba.
Oh, okay. Right, so we are seated in the Bukom Square. That's a field, AstroTurf as it is now. And we have a gentleman here to talk to briefly to know whether indeed this has been very transformative for the residents here. Welcome to Metro TV's Community Watch.
Kinkle Madanish. Ake nyedenche nyiba akuchune nyiba ni yudasi. Chake moneke ba akuchune minji. Yani akuchune mi efefo bike bi ba sho ye bie onukpa ba to abo kedi bi wona ke no ya ke shole mu baba akuchu mi ojogba ni tutu ko beri wole buku ejeru ni ene buko ehi meni to abo ni bo to aje amenu tumu ameke bo to aba hyehun mi no maka ka ameke bo ba hyehun ji wole lai kinsi eto wole bi odugba dan wo wo hweji ni bi de chef bi e wale ke dromu abama yin lo ke e wo che amede mo na fe na me nya ba fe fan de chef na gbena mo na fe ni wakutu emi no ya ababi ene wo yi kami MP ni Lante Bannerman no ba fe le dromu ni kuniyeli akekle on the 7th e shede e ja ke wo MP ni wo ba na e bi 2015 e ba ye birthday ye bi e wo to ball ke wale ke jado se choko bi e ke oko
ni Nigeria ko di mambie sumo
mambie me ni sumo ni fa fe me ni sumo o fa ni iyo agese ni kamla ya bi e ko mo ye ni bokodomo de sha me ni sumo no ya adi ba bi e ni shi me ni sumo no ya e ba dumo bi e ba sha mo e ko me ji no no je mu fiamu ni obi e na sumo ni na afie e ba na emi hye shi me ni yo emi hye wo fa fe me ni ba emi hye.
This is just part 1 of today's broadcast. In our subsequent engagement, which comes right after this conversation, we'll be interacting with Lante Vanderpuye to see what he also has for the community, and for you to then weigh both and then see who will be the ideal personality for Odododiodioo in the next 4 years' time.
Vanderpuye was to win Sundays. Siante. Bannerman wata le kula ebie. Many kelenye fadidi. Ingana kan gbele mbana nko ebie.
Mini baba.
Winning.
NDC ba winning. Ghana ba winning. NDC ba winning. Mission chine dumo nyamenu. Ete ha na hele police. Mane ni netake onten. Bia na njo ni yami. What they are school ne. School fe fite. E announce school machine fine.
Very privileged to have with us here the Member of Parliament for the constituency. He is also the candidate for the NDC in the Odododiodioo constituency. I've spoken with NPP members. I've as well engaged Lante Bannerman. And what I picked up is that you haven't done anything for your constituents or in the constituency for the past 8 years. Is there any track record to show, Honorable?
Well, I can say without any hesitation, he himself does not know this constituency very well, and he doesn't know what the constituency used to be like before he decided to contest. I want to tell him, if I've not achieved anything, he should go into the health sector, go to the Princess Mary Louise Hospital and ask them. Through the Lodina Foundation, I got them computers to be able to help them transfer all their records to the system and to free the offices that they've used for records. 2, we got for them a lot of hospital equipment For example, the new childbirth department, we're giving them machines. We got for them a solar panel that will help them generate electricity in times of power failure. From there, we also supported them with an ambulance. When you come to Osha Polyclinic, I did the same. I gave them ambulance, we gave them hospital equipment, we gave them administrative materials, all from the Lodina Foundation. And I also assisted them to renovate the maternity home. We have not seen any renovation for 35 years. After renovating the place, today I've just commissioned a 2-story new maternity block for the people of Odododiodioo.
Jamestown maternity.
Yes.
All right. So, shall we have a moment to then witness exactly how this commissioning transpired? Right, welcome back. So you've seen what exactly the Member of Parliament for Odododiodioo, Lante, Vanderpuye, mentioned moments ago about commissioning the newly built maternity ward for the Jamestown Maternity Center.
We rehabilitated the abandoned Ayalolo cluster of schools clinic. So that one too, it was abandoned. People used the place as a edification point. We cleared the whole place, we changed a whole building, we renovated it, and it's now a piece. We also supported the old Fadama community to establish a center where the public health department of the Osha Clinic always go to attend to people there. That is in terms of health. Not to forget the fact that I also got a hearse or an ambulance exclusively for the Muslim community. From there we go to education. Some of the celebrated Ghana Adangmes that you know in this country had education from here. So what we tried to do, we started with the renovation of the Sempe School. We virtually got a new place and then built a temporary structure for the Sempe School and demolished it, and then we started building. Since we left office, the project is still at where we left it. Nothing has been done about the Sempe School. 4 years now. If that school had finished, it will have changed even the topography of the Sempe area, and the children will be going to school. We are now paying rent to the Methodist Church that owns the land, and continually the children are becoming desperate. We decided to build 2 of the Millennium Schools, 3-story 38 classroom block each at a yellow cluster of schools. We got to the 3rd floor on one and the 2nd floor on the other before we left office. It's been abandoned and it's there. If we are finished by now, we will be thinking about getting the place to build our own Ashedu Keteke Senior High School, so that when our children finish the junior high school, they will not have problem going to the senior high school. If you go to Lante, I've finished a 3-story block there. That one too has been abandoned. What is left with that one was the AMA to pay the contractor off, and then he also hands over the key. That has not been done. So that one too is there.
Since the NDC left office, is it something as Member of Parliament you've been following up and lobbying, advocating to ensure that what you started was continued?
I've done everything I could do. I've talked to the AMA, I've talked to the GET Fund, I've talked to the Minister of Education, and I've tried to seek their support.
What comes out of it? What comes out of it?
Nothing has come out of it. I'm just praying that we shall win elections next week, and then I'll have the privilege and opportunity to lobby my colleague ministers so that we'll complete all these lofty programs that will enhance education in this area. Apart from that, we'll also be encouraging the final year students of the junior high schools. For the past 10 years, I've run consistent 2 months extra classes for them before their BEC. Today, I can tell you that we have close to 329 students on our file who we support would have scholarship and bursaries. We support them. Even with the introduction of free education at the secondary level, we still provide the students with trunk, chabos, and part of their prospectus. We provide them with provisions, because some of them, their parents cannot just afford even the provisions. Just last semester, we disbursed close to almost about 70-something thousand Ghana cedis to students in various tertiary institutions. We also have some students undergoing postgraduate courses outside the country. And a lot of them into nursing training colleges and some into teacher training college. Our problem, especially with the teacher training college, is the fact that when we have sponsored people to go to teacher training college and we encourage them to specialize in the Ghana language, our local language, and they finish, then they are posted somewhere else. So they don't become of benefit to our people. So we are encouraging as many as possible of our people when they finish SHS to go to training colleges, specialize in Ghana, and come back and teach. And then we've decided that when they come back like that, we shall on our own support them with laptops, with fridges and the rest to set them up so that they'll be encouraged to work.
One key area has to do with employment, and the Straha market is one point that some of your constituents believe if it had been completed by your administration or even by now, it would have generated lots of employment for the people, as well as the Jamestown Port or Harbour, which much as your administration had wanted to do it, it couldn't. Today, the NPP government has started something on the grounds. Worth commending the NPP for starting such a project.
Well, let me say this, government is a continuous thing, so I don't have any problem. What I would say is that we started a program for Salaga Market, and we did everything, including the relocation of the traders. We also cut the sod, we hoarded the place, and we did the procurement of consultants and also contractors. And everything was done, and we're supposed to finish within 18 months. Unfortunately, we lost elections, and finance was there. Senate was financing part of it and all those things. So there shouldn't have a problem for this government to have continued for wherever we let off. But they abandoned the project, and 4 years now, the place have been abandoned. Today we are going for elections, and they are trying to hoodwink the people. We're doing something there. But I stand here to say,
something similar your administration did. About 2 days to election, then you cut salt to begin the project.
Well, it's Nana Akufo-Addo not cutting salt now. The president is still cutting salt. Government cannot come into a standstill because we are going for elections. So we cut the salt, all right. We had money, we procured. It took us a year. It didn't take 1 day to get contractors to do procurement. It went through process. What they are doing is not the project we intended for the people. What they are doing, they are only building sheds. We are going to build a market that will take 4,200 people off the street, off the pavements, to the markets. We're going to build a 3-tier market. This, I can say that the new NDC government under John Dramani Mahama will come back to this project.
Are you going to demolish what is being done now?
Oh, what is being done there is trash.
Are you going to demolish it?
Yes, we will demolish it and rebuild. Because my people...
That will be a loss to the state.
It won't be a loss to the state. Why will it be a loss to the state?
Money being spent on the project as of now.
People who are wasting money today will answer why they decided to abandon the whole project and put up a shed. 2, I will not sit here. When I was Deputy Minister for Local Government, I struggled to make sure that we completed Kotokora Market and also KJTA Market. So what is good for the people of Kumasi is also good for the people of Accra. We have a lot of our girls today who have set up on their own. We've also supported those who are into KK, rice selling and all those things by supporting them with maize, rice, oil, chicken, fish, and whatever they desire to support them in order to be able to expand. Let me also say this, one of my biggest achievements, I'm proud of it, is that I was able, through the support of John Dramani Mahama and Senate, to put up the book unboxing emporium, which is one significant achievement for the NDC government, and also for able to bring the dream that has been nurtured since the days of Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah to honor all our boxing heroes from this place.
why would you want to be given 4 more years? What new?
Well, one, by social infrastructure, and also two, giving them the required leadership, which will help inspire the young people to be able to pursue their dreams in the face of challenges. It will take innovative ideas, and innovative ideas can come from only people who are creative, who are ingenious, and who have that ability, which I know I have, as compared to my opponent. You know, I can say without any hesitation that the guns say, yes, if you want to send somebody, you send the person who is wise and not the person who have long legs. Because the person who have long legs will get to the destination, but will not be able to intelligibly deliver the message you gave him. But you could have somebody with short legs, but very intelligent, and he will get you the results you require. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Getting the results, not about talking plenty, not about bragging, not about being arrogant, proud, and also trying to throw money around, but being humble, offering that servant leadership quality, that transformation leadership. I'm slowly transforming the area. If you go,
haven't been able to do in 8 years, for which you need 4 more years.
The problems we have here is not the sort of problems that can be settled within 8 years. It will take a lot of time. Look, today as I'm talking to you, if you go to the Richard Akwei Memorial School, you'll see what I've done there. The Richard Akwei Memorial School used to be a place when it rains, they can't go to school. Today when you go there, I've paid the full compound. I've also installed there one of the ultra-modern sports facilities. It's an ultra-modern multi-purpose sports facility that is going to comprise of volleyball, basketball, handball, badminton, all there. I'm dreaming that the next under the next Domama government, when we have rehabilitated and renovated the Ayalolo Castle schools, we will put an AstroTurf hockey pitch there. I want to finish with the Ye block. I want to set up the Ashedu Keteke Senior Secondary School, and that will be my legacy for the people. And because of all these dreams, I want to come back and make sure we complete all these school projects that the MPP government had abandoned over the 4 years.
Honorable, please look directly to the camera and speak to your constituents.
Well, thank you very much, the people of Odododiodioo. You give me opportunity to serve you for 2 terms as a member of parliament. There's more work to be done. I've served you well, and you can bear ample testimony to it. There's more to be done. And so I'm asking you to give me the opportunity to serve you again. But before I do that, I'll plead with you. I'll plead with you. And I'll plead with you again. Let's all maintain the peace. Our elders said that sometimes we don't add that aspect of it. That is very important to me. We should live together in peace and also in unity. I am your servant, Lante Vanderpuye. Vote for me on the 7th of December, and I'm sure I will serve you diligently again. Vote for John Dramani Mahama number 2 and Lante Vanderpuye number 2. We say 2 sure, 2 direct.
Thank you very much, Honorable. But if Lante Bannerman were to watch this interview, what message would you give to him in few words?
Well, you see, I've said that he needs to exercise patience.
Talk to him directly.
I'll tell you, my brother, let's urge our people to observe the peace. Let's work together to make sure we go through this election in peace and not in pieces. I know I will win, and I know you will continue to learn. When God says it's your time, then you can be. But for now, I tell you, with Lante Vanderpuye, my brother, you have no chance. I will beat you again, and I'll teach you more things. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lante Vanderpuye. We end it all here. It's been Community Watch on Metro TV with me, Gabriel Odododiodioo Ashon. Bye-bye for now.